You know, I honestly have no idea how to use none of this stuff. All right, we're going to start out today's video with some thread repair. If you work on enough aluminum parts that are threaded, at some point you're going to strip out a bolt. So yesterday we were getting ready to ride. I had about a half hour to go, and I was doing some pre-ride maintenance, and I noticed the fork bearings were just a hair loose on the mullet bike. And my brain was telling me just let it be. They're not that bad, but of course I had to adjust them. And I go to put things back together, and this thread right here stripped out. I went to tighten that clamp up, it wouldn't pull up, no tightness. So I took it apart and I helicoiled it real quick. Thread repair. Helicoil is what they used to call it back in the day, but thread repair. I didn't have time to film that one, but then it gave me the idea. I think I should show that and show how simple it really is, because I gotta believe a lot of people have run into problems with stripping threads and aluminum parts. So I'm gonna take this all apart, and then we'll meet back over on the bench and I'll show you how to do a thread insert. All right, so this is the one I did already. You might be able to see in there the insert a little bit. The tricky part is to do this. I'm gonna do both of them. This one didn't strip, but I'm just gonna do it because I might as well do it. The tricky part is you're putting a thread insert through this hole and threading it in here. So that makes it a little trickier. So first we're going to get a clamp. Now last time I just used some scrap metal for in here, because you don't want to put this in the vise without this being supported. But I tried to think of something maybe the average person would have. And I found that you go through your toolbox, this wrench is a pretty good fit. Because you can't clamp down on this without supporting it in the middle, or else it's going to bend or break. All right, so we're going to put this in here with the wrench in the middle so that this thing don't get crushed. All right, so here's the thread insert kit. I got this for about $40 on eBay. I don't know how long ago, but it's still there. I looked. We're going to be doing the 5mm one here. And the basis of the kit's these little threaded insert things. Now, in the original helicoils, these used to be stainless. I don't think these are stainless anymore, but they still work really good. And what you got to do is you got to drill it out, and then you tap it with this tap. Now I have a tap handle. You can use a small wrench or something. It's for a little square socket. And you just need a battery drill. You got to go from this side here. That's not going to work. I'm just going to bring it through easy, as straight as I can. I'm going to reposition this a little different, because this is, man, so you work on odd shaped parts, you wind up repositioning this stuff all the time. So because this hole is small enough, it's gonna do like kind of a little ghost thread there, where it'll just barely make a thread. It's not a problem. It's not going to interfere with nothing. But make sure you're going in straight, and if you go in straight, it'll guide you right into the next side where the insert actually goes. If it starts feeling too much resistance, just back it up, get the chips out. I did the other one, I didn't have no problem, it went right through. So hopefully this one will be the same. All right. Probably didn't have to go 100% through, but because we're not going to run the insert that far. And just because I don't like burrs, I'm just gonna spin a bigger bit back here. Just get rid of the burr. All right, so now we have this tool here that you put the thread insert on. You could adjust this for the depth, but because of the way we're doing this, going through one side to the other, there ain't no real point. Put a little dot of red Loctite on there, which also means if you mess up, you're in trouble. So you got to push a little bit, get this to go through, because we got threads on this side, just a little bit that'll actually guide this. So it's kind of nice. And once it's started, don't push no more, just spin. And don't go crazy, because it'll unwind in the middle here if you push too hard. And you can see in the middle. Can you see in the middle there? Well, I can't see now. I can't see how far I'm going. You gotta let me look. All right. So we're going to get till it's about flush. Till you just stop seeing the edge of your insert. And then they give you this other little tool. You put in there. You give it a little whack. It knocks the little tang off. And it's in there. That's it. The only thing I'm going to do, because I got red Loctite in there, I don't want this to stick to it, right? So I'm going to hit this with a little bit of silicone spray. So the Loctite won't dry to it. It's that easy. Now they're not going nowhere. You got a steel insert thread, so it's not going to strip out again. So that's it. That's all there is to putting that in. So we're going to go to our next segment, which actually has some motorcycle content. We're going to change a clutch and a chain and sprocket on a R6 Yamaha. So let's go on to that.
A reservoir, valve fairing also.
You probably need the same size as I would need.
I believe so. Although this will work for the cover gasket. So Chris, what are you doing?
We're doing a clutch. We're doing sprockets and a chain. On what year is this thing again?
2007.
2007 R6 Sport or something? R6?
Yeah, R6S.
R6S. All right, so whenever you do a clutch that's a wet clutch, you got to soak the plates a little bit in oil. Some people soak them overnight. I did that one time, and it took a week for them to work right again. So I only go for maybe an hour, if that. They're going to soak while we're working. Oh, man, don't fit. All right, let that soak, start getting some parts apart. One thing when you do something like this on a mechanical clutch, take note of where the lever is, because in here is basically like a worm gear, and you could put this in any position, and if you put it in the wrong position, it'll still sort of work, but the ratio would be off, so it won't really work right. what we got to watch, that we put that in the right way. Ow. It's hot. Ow again.
I did just ride 60 miles to get here, so.
Burning that clutch up.
Yep.
Man, is that hot.
This chain is so...
I can't touch that bad boy. No rhyme or reason to none of
They're
it.
nice and hot.
I know, I can't. Normally I do it with my fingers.
Yeah.
It's like I can't touch them. You get a magnet. I can at least pull the steels with a magnet. So what are these things?
The clutch disc. So they got like the, I think these are called these are the fiber friction ones. And then they had like the metal ones. And I was hoping that one of these would be somewhat burnt out, hopefully. Because I'm having a second gear issue.
Oh.
But I think it may be the transmission. But let's hope not.
So when it's bad, like these things will be blue. These steels, they would be like blue.
A hint of blue. And sometimes you can reuse them, correct?
Well, they're not warped, you know.
I think I just ordered the whole kit.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bother taking it apart and not changing them.
Is the kit expensive?
I think this cost me $140 shipped, I think.
And you can just replace some of them?
Yeah, sometimes you can just get the fiber disc if you want to reuse the metal ones, but
It's not a good idea. Taking it apart anyway. I mean,
exactly, have the whole thing.
There we go.
Nice.
All right. Can we get this up on the jack stand? All right, let me use my chain breaker. Ooh, O-ring chain. Smell it? Did you have a hammer out?
Yeah, right behind you. There's a ball. You have a smaller screwdriver?
I got it. I got it. How'd you know it was 8? Do you remember?
I think I remember when I ordered it.
It looks like more than 8. More than 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Nope. Got 8.
How many minutes
That's
I got
enough. That's enough.
before I need to record again? How many minutes I got?
I don't know. How many you need?
10.
Okay, 10.
Okay. It's back on.
Yeah, well, the whole side of the motor's back on, too.
You should have called me. So is the bike going to ride better?
Sure hope so. I wonder if I could kind of squeeze them together with this. The distance between a little better and the chain being ruined is like paper thin.
Well, leave it alone.
No, it's not tight enough. Ah, I ruined it. So we got it back together. Our camera woman didn't hang around long enough to videotape much of it, but We got the chain sprockets and clutch together, bled the brakes, and we'll see what happens. A lot of stuff to do in one evening after work.
Yeah, sorry. Take up the street, I'll be right back with it.
Come backwards. Yeah, make sure everything's looking okay. Sorry it wasn't as much technical explanation as I wanted, but seems like our camera person had a phone call. It was more important. But so ends another multifaceted episode of The Shed. Hope you enjoyed it.